What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the AEW Collision Review video on June 8, 2024. We're going to be talking about what exactly went down. Man, what a very, very awesome show. And continued to fill up, or be a feel, even though it's a little bit of a feeler, why even say it in that way. But yeah, it had some really great matches, including the main event, and also even Thomas Tony Storm versus Lady Frost. They definitely delivered, and the opener they put on a massive contest, even though it ended in a not sure what, and I'm sure describe only just a questionable manner. Like I'm not sure if it was the right, but they ended the opener. But we're gonna get to that right here, right now. And let's talk about talk about the matches where we got FTR entering with some very unusual tights, or not tights, pants more likely, rather than their traditional tights. This is where we got Cash Wheeler starting off with Wheeler Yuta. This is where we got Yuta did a headlock right on the Cash until they went right to the left. And then this is where we got a Cash Wheeler threw him right to the right. This is where he hits an arm drag once he was coming his way. But this is where Wheeler Yuta then hit an arm drag of his own and followed up with a drop kick. This is where we got Wheeler Yuta was like, okay, you have more. I got you down. Like, do you have it? What you got for me? Like, you have anything to offer me? Anything left in the tank? This is where we got Cash Wilden's like, I don't have anything at the moment. I was gonna have to tag in Axe to Axe. This is where he does do so. This is where we got. This is where then we got. This is where then we got. Them try to do a little grappling, like grab onto each other's hands, like going back and forth. But this is where we got Wheeler Yuta dodges out of him, or not? Just no, it was Cash Wheeler, and this is where he tricked him. Psych, he said psych, tagged in Dax Harwood. This is where then we got. This is where then. This is where we got Wheeler Yuta was like, oh, really? You had to tag in that baldy, two can play this game. I'm gonna tag in my baldy in. This is where he tags in Claudio. And this is where they went face to face. Battle of the Bald Men. I'm not sure if Simon would take this as a compliment or some kind of a referenced insult, like in some way. But this is where we got. This is where at first they looked like about to grapple, but they were changing their minds exactly at the same time, respectively. This was like, nah, I don't think we do. And then they changed their minds, like, yes, we can. This is where they started grabbing onto each other's arms, wrapping it around. It's where then we got Claudio Casanova kind of won the grappling war because he put him. Here's where we got Claudio then put Dax Harwood right to the upper right side, back first, and then this is where we got hanging on to him. This is where we got the referees like, hey, let go of him, like step back, and this is where it's like, oh, I will be counting till 5, and if you don't get off him by then, you're gonna get DQ. This is where he's like, okay, I got my hands off of him before he even count the one count. This is where then Dax. This is where then Claudio's like, and then he did a little pat, like a friendly pat. This is where Dax Harwood was like, you're so kind, like, and then this is where then Dax Harwood then start marching around and start spinning around until we do get until we try to go for a clothesline, but this is where we got Claudio ducks out of the way, try to go for a back to belly maneuver onto the axe. But this is where Dax then try to free himself from the Swiss sideboard. But this is where Claudio then brought Dax Harwood back first to the ground. But this is where Dax Harwood eventually got back up. This is where he didn't go. Try to go for a wrist lock, but this is where Dax Harwood counters out of it. But this is where we got Claudio somehow got back in the offense position and try to go for a sleeper. But once that didn't work, this is where he tried to go for plan C, try to go for a suplex. But this is where we got Dax Harwood then put his back right onto the bottom corner ropes. This is where then we got Claudio to try to choke him right through the ropes. But this is where the referee was like, all right, like enough of the choking. He's on the ropes, and this is where he started counting his count like to 1. But this is where we got Dax Harwood shoves him right off. Claudio Casanova did not like that at all. This is where then we got he was like, okay, like you want to play the rough games, I can play it rough too. And this is where Dax always like, you already were, like, but not rough enough to put me down. This is where then we got, this is where they go grappling again. Claudio won once again. This is where we got Claudio then wrapped Claudio then wrapped Dax Harwood's arms around the rope. This is where then we got what's his name? This is where Claudio was hanging on to him for a little way too long, and this is where we got the referee reminding him about that. This is where he's like, okay, I got my hands off of him. This is where we got Dax Harwood then roll out of the ring. He took advantage of that. This is where we got Claudio Castagnoli then was nearly about to get into the left side, try to collect Dax, but this is where the referee kind of stopped him, where Wheeler Yuta kind of try to help him out. But this is where the referee was like, okay, go back to y'all's post. Like, you go to your side, like right inside this, while Wheeler Yuta go out into the right corner apron. This is where we got and this is where then Claudio was like, okay, I got, like, okay, this is where then Dax Harwood got back in the ring. This is where Claudio was like, okay, are you ready now? Like, and you're not hiding behind the curtain like a shy little boy. And then this is where we got Dax Harwood was like, yeah, yes, like now that you mention it. And then this is where we got Claudio and him going grappling, like, and doing a little grappling war, like with the fans start chanting FTR, like, you know, and I was thinking to myself, like why are they chanting them, like if the Blackpool Combat Club's like a tweener again, which I guess they're technically are, but they're more like a babyface like tweener. Like, whether they face a babyface or a heel, they're gonna fight them pretty much the same way, like, in general. This is where we got Dax Harwood hit a slap right on the chest of the Swiss Cyborg, which earned him a number 3 spot, which I'm not sure why I gave him a random 3, don't ask. But this is where we got Claudio Castagnoli hit a European uppercut. But this is where Dax Harwood started hitting repeated chops from but he kept doing it to the point that he got moved up to the cards of Gunther's envy list, and he got himself to the number 1 spot from, like, in the countdown of 3, 2, 1, like if Drew McIntyre was counting. This is where then we got Claudio Castagnoli then hit a body slam onto Dax Harwood, and then he started doing a little mini tiptoe walk, and then this is where he hit the double foot stomp when he was running from the top corner ropes. This is where he tags in Wheeler Yuta. This is where we got him start hitting some European uppercuts, a follow up with a European uppercut. This is where then Yuta didn't get another knife edge chop, but this is where Dax Harwood was not afraid of the chop right back. But this is where Dax Harwood then started giving the chop right back. This is where started hitting chops into each other, which Wheeler Yuta and Dax Harwood was fighting for the number 1 spot, because Wheeler Yuta was in the number 2 spot, like, ever since Dax Harwood started hitting chops on his teammate. This is where we got Dax Harwood then Irish whip Wheeler Yuta right into the bottom left side. This is where we got Wheeler Yuta then did like a leaping dodge, like when Dax Harwood tried to go for like an elbow strike, but this is where we got Wheeler Yuta then hit a body slam and then hit a running senton. This is where we try to go for a pin. But this is where we got Dax Harwood kicks out at 2.7. This is where we got him going for a hip toss around the Dax Harwood. This is where he tried to go for. This is where then we got. This is where then we got Wheeler Yuta to try to go for. What's that? That arm, that leg flipping. That leg flipping head scissor maneuver, but this is where he tagged. This is where then we got. But this is where we got Cash Wheeler then hit a big right hand, like cheap shot right into the head, like if he's a heel. But he's not a heel, obviously. But he did when the referee did not look. But it's where he starts saying, like, I'm innocent. Like he lost his balance, and then this is where then the referee's like, you better hope that he did lost his balance. This is where we got. And then we did not, whatever the referee meant by saying that, I don't know. But this is where we got Dax Harwood tags in Cash Wheeler. They hit a big right hand, like when they did a double Irish whip onto the Blackpool Combat Club member, the young member of the Blackpool Combat Club. This is where we got Cash Wheeler and hit some knife edge chops that sting the hell out of Wheeler Yuta's chest. This is where he goes for it again. This is where Wheeler Yuta's like, that's all you got. And this is where he hits the chop. And then he knocked him flat on the ground. But this is where Going to Will Yuta try to go back for a chop. This is where we got Will Yuta then followed up with a big European uppercut, to knock him down, guaranteed. This is where we got. This is where we got Cash Wheeler was like, yeah, well, we the top guys in the tag team division. This is where he goes for wrist lock back suplex. It where he goes for a cover. It where he kicks out at 2.6. This is where he hits a drop kick right in the face. This is where then we got Cash Wheeler then collect Cash Wheeler. This is where he tags in Dax. This is where they go for try to go for the double team. What's that? I'll say slingshot, like a double slingshot right under the ropes. This is where anywhere then Cash Wheeler to try to go for a tag on the Claudio, but this is where Dax Harwood pulled onto the to the young peer champion. This is where we got really try to reach out for his teammate Claudio, but this is where we got Dax Harwood try to pull him to his corner and try to tag in his partner Cash Wheeler, but this is where Wheeler Yuta then hit the step up insecurity right into the face of Dax Harwood and knocked him face first into the canvas. This is where then we finally got Yuta then tags in Claudio. This is where Claudio started hitting repeated European uppercuts, going left, right, left to Dax the Axe. This is where then we got he did it like a bit more to Dax Harwood. This is where he tried to go for a pin. This is where Dax Harwood kicks out at 2.8. This is where Claudio Castagnoli like, are you serious right now? Like, yeah, it may not be my signature nor my finisher, but that looked like an intimidating move that should have gotten the 3 at least. But this is where we got Claudio Castagnoli trying to go for a swing, but this is where we got Cash Wheeler didn't stop him from even attempt to do swing. This is where we got it got them sitting in Claudio right outside of the ring. This is where Wheeler Yuta came for the aid of his teammate. Went for a flying clothesline on Uncle Dax the Axe. This is where then we got Wheeler Yuta try to go for, or not, Cash Wheeler try to go for a suicide dive, but this is where we got Claudio Castagnoli hit a European uppercut. This is where he throws Dax Harwood back in the ring. But this is where, once they were up, face to face, this is where they got. This is where then we got Wheeler Yuta and Cash Wheeler try to come their way respectively, but this is where they started hitting some sharpshooter. This is where they were like, all right, let go. Like, no, you let go. No, this is where they start arguing. Like, he's like, not until you let go. Like, this is where Claudio was saying to Dax Harwood when he told him to let go. But this is where we got them start slapping each other to stop. This is where they finally stopped when they start doing a slap war right onto one another. This is where Claudio Castagnoli started winning one hand instead of European uppercut, but Dax Harwood hit a knife edge chop. This is where then the fans did not know who to cheer for when they start hitting strikes on each other playing wrestling tennis. This is where something that we haven't seen wrestlers do for the last few days. This is where we got European uppercuts, chops, but this is where we start going for European uppercuts and at right hands. This is where we got all 4 men of the other two of Cash Wheeler and Wheeler Yuta then start hitting some right hands into the face of their opponents respectively. This is where they start giving each other beatdowns until when the picture in picture break went off the air, and then this is where we got. This is where referee finally got everything back in control with Dax Harwood and Claudio Castagnoli. This is where once they got back in control, this is where we got Dax Harwood then tags in Cash Wheeler. He went right up on the upper left side's top turnbuckle while he went and go for a suplex right onto what's his name, onto Claudio Castagnoli. This is where we got on the upper right side top rope. This is where we got Cash Wheeler then hit a flying dive right onto Dax Harwood, yeah, or not Dax. I'm right. It was Cash Wheeler did the Claudio Castagnoli. This is where then we got Wheeler Yuta going to Dax Harwood, but this is where we got the knees up before he can even attempt the land on him. This is where we got. For Cash Wheeler, or not, Wheeler Yuta didn't hit the knees right into the gut. Get hit with Dax Harwood's knees. This is where we got Claudio Castagnoli, or no, first it was Dax Hart clotheslining Willa Yuta around the outside. This this is where then we got Dax Hall tried to do the same with Claudio onto the left side. But this is where Claudio ducks and he actually clotheslined his brother Cash. This is where Claudio Castagnoli flew out of nowhere with a big European uppercut. But this is where the referee only got the 2 count. This is where then we got Claudio Castagnoli then trying to go for the neutralizer because there was only a minute left, like until the time limit went out. Like, but this is where we got I'm trying to go for it, but this is where Castro ducks. This is where he then this is where then he this is where then we got him counter out of it. This is where we try to go for a headlock, but this is where he gets dipped by Claudio right to the left side. This is where he tags. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline to catch with Dax Harwood, but this is where he did a baseball sliding dunk right between Claudio's legs, like he's Xavier Woods. This is where he tried to go for the. This is where we tried to go for the shatter machine, but this is where we got Willa Yuta saved the day. Like else, Claudio would have gotten pushed up. This is where we got Claudio to try to go for the what's that called, the Claudio swing, which he went for like a couple of dozen times. This is where he tried to go for the cover, but once the referee counted the 1 and 2, this is where the count 1 and 2. This is where we heard the bell ding, like ding, 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 and it seemed like that Claudio won the match for him and Willa Yuta, but really it was the time limit finally went off, and that was because they had no time left to. They had no time to what's that? They had no time limit because the 20-minute time limit. This is where we got FTR and Blackpool Combat Club both agreed with FTR. Dax Harwood was like no, like we're not gonna let this match end like this way. Like it. Like yeah, like we how about we do it one more? Have one more match right here tonight, and now and how about it'll be for the this time it'll be for 5 more minutes, and then this is where we got. This is where the Brendan Cutler or Landon Butler, like what Kyle O'Reilly and Britt Baker would call him, like when they were teaming with the Young Bucks. But this is where we got. This is where then we got. That's where then we got Brandon Cutler's like that's not gonna happen. Like we're not gonna do more another match for 5 minutes. Like just like the Young Bucks made sure to like he's like and then again in this signed document that like we got to document it that you're only gonna have this match right here for a good 20 minutes. No rematches. Like no matter if it's a win, loss, or draw to any team. It's gonna be in the permanent records in the AEW on the AEW bookings for 2024. Like if you want to see for yourself, here it is right here. This is where he tries to show it to FTR and what they named Claudio Castagnoli and Willa Yuta. It's like get only 20 minutes, not 25 minutes, not even 30 minutes. 20 minutes exactly. Like, and if you cannot get the pinfall or submission victory by the time it comes to an end, like then you're out of luck, buddies. Like, and this is where then we got. This is where then Claudio Castagnoli is like, I do not give a damn what it says. This is where he trips over Brandon Cutler. This is where he's going for a Claudio swing right onto and he's like, you can send this right back to the Young Bucks, and you can take this back to the Young Bucks and tell them that we don't give a damn. This is where he did so, like swing him around for like a dozen swings. This is where we got Willa Yuta doing a drop kick while he picks. This is where he then flips him right over to the direction of FTR. This is where they were in position. This is where he slingshot him right up in like about 7 feet in the air. FTR picks him right up and hit the shatter machine onto Brandon Cutler. This is where they also ripped up the what's that called, the documented records, like on the. What's the schedule of tonight's AEW collision on how the match is going to be booked for, or not booked, but on that. Well, how much the time limit will be on this match on the opener, which they say okay, like we didn't get our rematch, but we did give the fans a fight that they'll never seem to forget. This is where then Tony Schiavone then pointed that out. He was like, we saw an incredible tag team bout, even though it ended in a very uneasy way. Like it could have at least had 5 more minutes to redo this match and then give a winner. But I guess they do not want none of these guys get buried, and they want to make them look strong. But I don't mind it. But at the same time, I just hope that they what's that? Let's hope they follow this up with a rematch down the line in the next week or so, like maybe in the upcoming week of Dynamite or next week's Collision. I hopefully it's not Forbidden Door, because that should be like a crossover pay per view, like rather than being like with any AEW exclusive related rivalries. And I know it kind of sounds a bit hypocritical for me to say that, like, because there's going to be Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. They're only AEW exclusive wrestlers. But at the same time, this is like but the reason why I won is because of winning in the wild card as the number 1 contender for the AEW World Championship. So I'm not saying it's hypocritical. Like, it just makes sense on paper. Like, and Will Ospreay's beating pretty much everybody except for guys like Swerve Strickland and he's getting wins to the point that he's getting AEW the world title win. But this is where we got we got backstage an interview with Lexi Nair with Kyle O'Reilly, which we got Kyle O'Reilly giving him high praise. He said Orange Cassidy is a man that is the face of all elite wrestling, even though he's not even not a championship, nor the AEW World Championship, but he showed that he doesn't need one in order to become what's that called become a big time star in the industry. And he even put the AEW International Championship on the map for being the longest reigning champion in this company's history. But this is where Roderick Strong's like, no, Kyle! And he's like, hey, Kyle, how you doing? This is where Kyle was like, yeah, I'm doing fine, I guess. This is where then Roderick Strong's like, now, I'm not trying to hear the ruin your interview here, but I just want to wish you good luck tonight of beating that obnoxious nuisance piece of fruit that's a pain in my neck from the last couple of months. And the same guy that I beaten for that title, and I would still be that championship if it wasn't for your favorite wrestler, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. And then this is where he's like, but besides all that, I want to let you know, Mr. Auto Parts, that I want that me and Matt and Mike are rooting for you tonight. And he's like, and we hope you beat the Freshly Squeeze. And he was like, and I want to give you some advice, and as the guy that beat Orange Cassidy 2 times before in a row, if you want some advice, if you need some advice, Kyle, you know the man you know for a decade and a half. And then this is where Kyle O'Reilly's like, I appreciate that. I just don't need you right now. This is where Roderick Strong's like, what, save it, because just remember what I told you when you came back from your injury. And then this is where me and the commentaries were puzzled. What did he meant by saying that? What exactly Kyle O'Reilly just told Roderick Strong about what told Roderick Strong when he came back from his injury, which he was assuming from the AEW Revolution. When Kyle O'Reilly came back, he whispered something in his ear, and I was thinking to myself, what exactly meant by that? That means, is he gonna join him in the Undisputed Kingdom faction? I mean, he kind of teased it right here, but that it could be just anything. It could have been something totally different. We just don't know now. But yeah, what are your thoughts onto this SNA Assassinators? Do you think it could be a tease that we could see Kyle O'Reilly joining, and he's just telling them what he said, let's probably shock the world or something, or is it or is it like Roderick Strong gonna be leaving the Undisputed Kingdom and joining him? And then he said like if you need someone to lean back on, you know where exactly to find me or something like that. Like, or it could be something like that. Do you think it could be a heel turn from Colorado or a face turn with Roderick Strong? Like, either way, like, do you think it's some kind of an alliance we're going to see with O'Reilly and Roderick Strong being involved in? Let me know down in the comments below. Like, it's possible. Like, I'm not sure, but it was very mysterious. Like, and I forgot to tell you guys that, like, the mystery of the night, like, had us puzzling. Like, there's no explanation at the moment, but we're just probably gonna have to speculate something and think of a theory, which I'm probably gonna think about when I'm doing my wrestling news video tomorrow. But this is where we got Stokely Hathaway then doing a very special introduction, which was very goofy as hell, which gets the goofy wrestling of the night. This is where we got Chris Statlander entering the ring with Robin Renegade, like which the one half of the Renegade sisters voluntarily what's that answer? Chris Statlander's open challenge from this past Wednesday on Dynamite. This is where then we got Chris Statlander then threw what's his name, Robin Renegade right to the bottom right side when she would start grabbing. This is where Stokely Hathaway was clapping with joy from to the former TBS champion. He was like, "Yeah, like, that's my girl. Like I'm a proud what's that? I'll say a proud manager, I guess you could say, or mentor, whatever you want to say. But this is where we got a clothesline from the residential alien. This is where she sends Robin Renegade right into the upper left side. This is where she goes for this is where then she go for a clothesline, but this is where Robin Renegade stopped her with a right foot. But this is where Chris Statlander picked her up right in the air, and this is what it gave me nightmares, or gave me nightmares in real life, I guess you could say, without me sleeping. I don't know how I can have nightmares when I'm not even asleep, but it did give me some kind of night terrors. Like when I seen Chris Statlander picked her up in the powerbomb position, it reminded me when I got powerbombed by her on Fight Forever. This is where, but this is where Robin Renegade tried to counter it. Luckily, she did. I was like, yay! I'm very happy for Robin for doing the dance of joy. But this is right after that happened. She gets kicked right in the gut. And I was like, oh no! Like, come on, get up, Robin. This is where she picks her up and hit the guaranteed power bomb onto the Renegade sister. This is where she dropped her right down to the ground when she sat down, like to the point that she made her did about a 180 2 feet in the air. And I was like, damn it, like I spoke too soon. Like I should have known she was going to eventually hit her with the power bomb. And I was haunted from the AEW Fight Forever past. But this is where we got Chris Statlander that ended all with the Saturday Night Fever, got the 1, 2, 3. And I guess I'll give her a congratulations for this match. But I still do not trust her. Like after what she did to Willow the Pillow and yours truly, like on AEW Fight Forever. Well, on AEW Double or Nothing, she betrayed Willow the Pillow, like obviously. But she and after what she did to me on AEW Fight Forever on the game, of course, available on all your convenient retail stores like Walmart, Target, and Best Buy and other places. But anyway, this is where we got Stokely Hathaway then got into the ring. This is where we got Chris Statlander to start doing men push-ups like about 10 times in a row. This is where the Stokely Hathaway was like, ladies and gentlemen, this woman standing here on my right, like standing next to me. She did this. She's a complete inspiration. And I just she has news. She's excellent. She's excellent. She's got news, and she's also the reason why I get up every single morning. He's like, because I wish I had the strength of Chris Statlander myself. I wish I had the speed of Chris Statlander. And last but not least, I wish that I had the intensity of Chris Statlander. You guessed it. And this is where then Stokely has And he's like, and oh, one more thing. I wish I could decimate the entire division in this round on the slap of my finger, just like you guessed it, Chris Statlander. And then this is where fans are booing, like, boo! Like she's a horrible best friend. Like she needs, she needs to get got by the pillow, and with her anime magical powers of softness, of more likely pierces the evil aliens like her. And this is where we got Stokely Hathaway was he was like, I've been talking to my very best friend, like Tony Khan, like the boss of this company, like, and honestly, the first time, like we like, and the first time ever here in AEW, we've been on the same page because Chris Statlander, because I told her that Chris Statlander is both the past, the present, and the future of all elite wrestling, and then. Again, for her being a former TBS champion and possibly and in a future double crown women's champion, like she's going to be entering the Owen Hart Cup tournament, like which is going to be that's coming up real shortly in July, and also what he said, and she's like she's going to win the whole damn cup. She's gonna win the whole. She's gonna win the whole damn thing and win the cup. And she's gonna be coming. She's gonna be going to Wembley Stadium in London, England. And she's gonna become your new AEW Women's Champion. And she's gonna hold that championship up high and be the first ever woman to hold both the AEW Women's World Champion and the AEW TBS Champion. Well, he actually said AEW World Women's Champion, which I believe he knew he made a slip up when he said that, obviously. Because it's the other way around, clearly, like when it's been announced by the announcers or advertisements. But this is where then Stokely Hathaway then dropped the mic. This is where we got Chris Statlander started celebrating by standing over the ropes, over the right corner side ropes, and then it had me thinking like we could possibly see Chris Statlander could win the Owen Hart Cup tournament, but I don't think like that's gonna happen though. I don't think that's going to be the. I don't think that's going to be the case, or that's not gonna be the. I don't think that. In my opinion, I don't think that's gonna happen. It's not because I have a vendetta against the residential alien and kayfabe, of course, but it's because I'm seeing it in a storyline perspective, like I always do, and it. And I just don't see Chris Statlander winning it. Actually, like I think that she's going to be close enough to the point that she's going to be in the finals. But I could just see her like at the same time losing at the finals. Like she could be close, and she can have a reason why that she does not like anyone in the division of AEW. And also that she's trying to seek some revenge, which every woman wants to do ever since Liv Morgan started her revenge tour. But this is where we got Lexi Nair then caught Willow the Pillow Nightingale the Night and Terror right into the backstage area. Once she got into the facility, this is where then she announced it. This is where she's like, and I hope I get a word then tonight for the pillow. This is where then we got Lexi Nair was like, hey, Willow, you're just the girl I want to see. And again, we just heard from Stokely Hathaway that it's been announced that Chris Statlander will be entering the Owen Hart Cup Foundation tournament. Like I was hoping to get your reaction about the matter, Willow. This is where Willow Nightingale then replied, "Yeah, that's very interesting. Like, well, last year's Owen Cup winner, we are and we all know who exactly won that tournament. Yep, you guessed it, me right here. Like I guess it's only fair for me to enter it again, and then and be the first ever woman to win the back-to-back Owen Hart Foundation Women's Cup tournament. This is where then Will Knight goes and Stat, like I hope we see you there. And then this is where Lexi Nair's like. And this is where Lexi Nair was curious, like, what are you doing here tonight if you're not scheduled for a match? This is where Willow the Pillow Nightingale, the Night and Terror, said, just thought I'd show it the work and for the action. And then this is where Lexi Nair's like, okay, hopefully she does find some action for herself to to get herself involved in, like as long as it's nothing too dangerous. But it's where then we got Nigel McGuinness then said that's very intriguing from the pillow, and I was like, I was like, what's up with him taking my sayings like when I'm talking about the wrestling news video, and yeah, he did not say say the pillow like he did not use the pillow nickname. He just said very intriguing from Willow, but. But let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got the all-natural Dustin Rhodes taking on Johnny TV. And yeah, this match was definitely delivered as well. Even though it was not like main event or opening, like something that will open up the show worthy, but it just deserved to be in the spot that it has not. And I'm very happy to see Johnny TV get more TV time. That's the whole point of calling him that name in All Elite Wrestling. But also, but at the same time, I just do not want to see him losing because, I have not remembered when the last time he won a match. That needs to be, they need to break that streak, with him being beatable and turn him into unbeatable. But this is where we got Dustin Rhodes then start beating the daylights out of him after we got Johnny TV was playing around with him. This is where he threw him right to the bottom corner apron. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes start hitting some knife edge chops onto the former John Morrison. This is where he throws him right back in the ring. This is where then we got this is where then Dustin Rhodes was like, what are you talking about? This is where then we got what's her name? Ty Valkyrie's like, get away from me. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. This is where Dustin Rhodes what's what? Who's like what? What's wrong with me? Miss Drag Queen, and I'm not sure I'm not sure if I should have made that nickname. I could possibly get canceled for that. Hopefully I didn't offend nobody for saying that. This is where I should say what you're gonna do about it, Miss Beauty Queen of a circus clown pageant, or something like that, or a pageant for circus clowns, I should say. This is where then we got we got what's her name, Ty Valkyrie then got offended and started got offended, and then Ty Valkyrie was like the Chelsea Green of AEW. This is where she started like, why never? I'm gonna call Tony Khan on you. And this is where we got Dustin Rhodes go ahead. What's he gonna do about it? This is where then he started mocking her. He's like blah blah blah. And this is where it's like. And this is where then we got Ty Valkyrie was keep repeatedly calling him inappropriate. This is where he was like, you are a very inappropriate man. This is where them got Johnny TV and then hitting a diving corkscrew, dive right onto Johnny TV. This is where then we got Johnny TV then pick up Dustin Rhodes, hit him right into the face, right into the upper right corner side steel steps. This is where then we got Ty Valkyrie's like, let's go, Dusty. Samson. But anyway, this is where we got Ty Valkyrie to start taunting the fans, saying, let's go, Dusty. I shut the hell up. And then this is where then we got Johnny TV then threw Dustin Rhodes right into Simba the steel steps. This is where they got up right on top of the steel ladder. This is where they started making out and started grossing out the AEW Galaxy. This is where it was like keep that in keep that behind closed doors, especially in those bedrooms. And I was like these guys are very entertaining, but I'm not sure if I want to see any of this. Maybe it's because I'm neither of them, obviously. But this is where we got Johnny TV then threw this is where they got Johnny TV this is where then Johnny TV then go for a foot stomp right into the gut. Hit the swift knee right into the face of Dustin Rhodes. This is where then we got him continuing to make out with Ty Valkyrie, which none of us did not want to see from the fashion duo, I guess you could say, the fashion couple duo. Let me rephrase myself. This is where we got Johnny TV then try to try to go for his finishing maneuver, but Dustin Rhodes move out of the way. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes send him right to the bottom left side. Came back to his game. This is where he tried to go for Shattered Dreams, but this is where Taya Valkyrie tried to stop him from hitting her husband right into the place that hurts the most, which is the family jewels. And this is where Taya Valkyrie's like, you don't do that, or else you do not do that, or else me and my husband cannot have a family together anytime soon. Or add a new member of the family, let me rephrase that. Yeah, which I'm not sure if they even have kids yet. But I'm just saying like what exactly what they were thinking in their minds. It's where they're like if we do this, then we're gonna sue you for I'll say, I guess I'm not sure about attempted murder, like of their future offsprings. Like I'm not sure what to say about this, but yeah, you got I'm like, don't do, or else this is where she started arguing with Dustin Rhodes. This is where Dustin Rhodes like, oh whatever, she, again, since you keeping the referee busy with the referee trying to stop her from getting in the ring because she was right onto the right corner side on the apron. This is where he was like, get down. This is where then we got. That's where Dustin Rhodes then did it anyways. Kicked him right to the family jewel. This is where then he hits him with the crossroads. This is where he gets I believe the 3 count. Or no, he didn't got the 3 count. No, he hit the crossroads after he hit the Shattered Dreams. I forget to say, he didn't got a 1, 2, 3. This is where he gave low blow. He hit him with the. I was like. And hit him with the crossroads. I was like, ouch! Like it seemed like that Johnny TV is not going to be known as a father anytime soon. Like, I mean, even if he's going to be known as a future father, well, at least for I guess a newborn kid for between her and Taya Valkyrie, of course. I was like, that probably won't be until for another year. Considering how much if Taya Valkyrie is going to hold on to her and TV's future baby, if she's planning on being trying to be a pregnant mother, I guess you could say. I'm not sure how to explain it, but this is where he tried. But anyway, this is where we got Dustin Rhodes trying to cover. But this is where Taya Valkyrie stopped him from getting the 3. Like we're putting her leg right, putting Johnny TV's leg right in the right side corner. And yes, Dustin Rhodes would have gotten the cover and gotten the win soon enough. Like if it wasn't for that meddling wife of Johnny TV that always keeps interfering in his matches to try to help him out. But like the old saying goes, they're the understatement of the catchphrase: cheaters never win and winners never cheat. This is where we got Taya Valkyrie start arguing with Dustin Rhodes for the second time. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes like, what are you doing? Like, you need to stop it. And this is where the Taya Valkyrie's like, no, I'm not going to stop it because you should not be beating my husband right now. And this is where Dustin Rhodes like, but he should bring on a better fight than he's doing me right now. Like, it's not my fault that he's sucking right now. This is where Taya Valkyrie did not like that, and this is where she was about to slap him. This is where Dustin Rhodes grabbed onto her hand. This is where the referee saw this. This is where the referee's like, hey. And this is where it's like, Dustin, like, why are you grabbing onto Taya Valkyrie's hand? This is where he's like, and Taya, like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, like, you're like, are you trying to slap him? And he's like, and she was like, you lucky that Dustin stopped you, and 2, luckily I didn't see anything until the last minute. So I'm gonna just make it a fair punishment of ejecting you. And he's like, and you need and you need to get out of here. And this is where then we got Taya Valkyrie like, what? This is where it starts screaming. He's like, but I didn't do anything. And this is where then Dustin Rhodes like, sure you didn't. And this is where the referee's like, I do not want to hear it. Like you start pack up and you take your things and go back to you and your husband's locker room. Like your husband will be back into that room like as soon as this match is over. This is where we got Johnny TV just trying to charge at Dustin Rhodes, but he gets booted right into the face. But this is where we got Johnny TV got back up. This is where he gets a big super kick right into the face of Dustin Rhodes. Is where then Johnny TV go for a pin. Dustin gets his shoulder up at 2.999999 to put on my joke going away from me. This is where they try to go for Starship Pain after hitting a couple of right hands right into the face of Dustin Rhodes. This is where then we got first he hits a knee right to the face, looked like a signature move like from SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. I was like, when the last time he hit that maneuver is the signature? But this is where he tried to go for Starship Pain. But this is where we got This is where we got what's his name? And this is where it was everything but I guess a ship. Like it was a star. It was painful, but no ship like been sailed into the ring. But this is where we got Dustin Rhodes then roll out of the bottom. Roll because Dustin Rhodes rolled into the bottom left side of the corner of the ring. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes picks himself right back up, hits I'll say hit like some kind of what's that like a leg drop right onto the or his legs wrapped around his head like the broski that Matt Cardona does. This is where then he follows it up with his finishing move with that twist that twisting swinging suplex like neck breaker right into the middle of the ring. He gets the 1-2-3 right here and there there like here and there. Yeah, that's right, because I'm talking about it, and it was then that he did it. Like at the time in that building in what city they were in? They were in Colorado this past Sun. I'm not sure exactly, but they got the 1-2-3, and the winner of this match, Dustin Rhodes. I want to give a big congratulations to the natural one, and hopefully he gets pushed to the moon. Like even though like he is in his 50s, mid 50s to be the exact, but I hope he gets like at least a singles title run, even if it's not the world championship. And let me know in the comments if you do think he will, like eventually in the next couple of years before he hangs up his boots for good. But this is where we got Dustin Rhodes then got on the microphone after defeating Johnny TV. He's like, oh God, I'm getting old, am I? And then this is where fans were like, yes, but you still got it. This is where fans start saying, you still got it. And then this is where Dustin Rhodes thanked him. He's like I know I'm just standing around this ring after my match, like, but I want to address something, and I got two things to talk about right now to you guys. And he's like, the first one, is and this is where what he said the first one until after he's like that's what he said. He was like for almost 6 decades of living and for 37 years of being in this business and the wrestling, you guys haven't abandoned me. And this is where fans like, and we never will. This is where then he thanked them. He's like, thank you for accepting me and showing up. You turn on your television set to watch me entertain you all. Like, and I love you all. And then this is where then he did a bow, like a round of applause bow to the fans, giving them the applause. This is where then Dustin Rhodes then followed the promo up with saying like there's and there's a lot of talent in the back that are extremely talented. Each and every one of them. And I want to thank the production team, and Tony Khan included, and I totally appreciate all of them. But most importantly, I want to thank this cameraman right here in the corner in the left, and. He's the best cameraman in the business. He is very number one, just like the rest of them. All of them are number one. I'm afraid of. He's but the second thing I want to talk to you about is the most important of them all. This thing very pisses me off the most. Is the fans like, what? It's very rare to see Dustin Rhodes being very mad about something, but this is where we finally got him to talk about. It's the man that this guy with the mask that claims that he's the man that loved crying people rivers. No, he did not say that. He said this is the man that everybody calls, and what he calls himself, the scapegoat, and none other than Jack Perry. He's and the fans like, boo, we do not like that guy. He always try to cry us rivers for every single every single time, like when he's in this ring. He's the most controversial guy in AEW, especially for being the reason why a certain Chicago-made wrestler jumped ship and went back to a certain Stanford-based company. But that's another story for another day. But this is where we got Dustin Rhodes, Jack, when you left about a little bit less than a year ago, we missed you. We really do. when you came back, we were happy to see you again. But what did you do, Mr. Perry? You're like, and this was you attacked my boss, like the man, the one that pays our that pays us all our paychecks, like and sends them directly to our mail or our direct deposit or wherever we get it paid. But it's like the man that he's like it's the same guy that gave you a second chance here in AEW, like. I will not have it. Like you disgust me, you despise me. I mean, I despise you, Jack Perry. Like, he's like, and you joined the elite, like, yeah, Jesus Christ, man, and you already know how the EVPs are, right, in general, even before they brought the scapegoat back, like, and this where then he continued adding on, saying, lately, like, Jack, I've been hearing you talk about. You're saying that you've been sacrificing in this business a few days ago, like, but let me tell you something, boy. Like, and this is where fans are, like it looks like. He looked like Dustin's gonna go old school on him, just where then Dustin did so. He's like like you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. Like considering your family, including your father was in the entertainment business before you got into the wrestling business. And this is where then he then continued saying, like, you never worked a day in your GD life. And then this is where they bleeped it out on the damn part. This is where he's like, this is where then he was like, you've been given sacrifice after sacrifice of doing your job. Like they hand you a watch, like and you like the computer got your job. Like didn't you pick up 2 jobs just to make ends meet? Didn't you? Like and the money's in. You money's directly into your bank account, like where others is hard work, and yeah, that's actually sacrifice for you, Mr. Jack Perry. And then this is where the Dustin Rhodes was like, for 37 years, I did not have that much luck in my career as a wrestler. Like I had to do the sacrifice. I had to put the honest work for my family, like the most important thing in my entire life. And then that's where fans are like, yeah, like you go on, tell it, Mr. Rhodes. Like, yeah, you know how it is, the grind, and you know about the definition of hard times. Even your younger brother knows about that too, just like y'all's father taught both of you guys. This is where we got Dustin was like, and Mr. Perry, you didn't sacrifice sugar, honey, iced tea. And this is where they censored it out when he said the actual S word. And I was like, it's very rare these days that they're starting to the block and censor out that word specifically. They used to just let them say it without uncensored, like without being uncensored whatsoever. But anyways, yeah, this is where he finished the promo by saying that he dropped in. No, he did not mean he didn't sacrifice any kind of beverage, rather than just saying like he didn't sacrifice any grinding. But it's where he then had one more thing to say. This is where he was like, this where then he hanged on to the bottom corner ropes. He was like, you reason why you're mediocre right now. You're a fault. Like the reason why you're the reason why you're falling downhill right now is because you're a follower, not a leader. He's like, or crumbling more likely. This word's like you always been a follower, Jack. And if you're not a leader, like you're sure as hell, which you're sure as hell not, and he was like, and he's like, and if you're not a leader, the feud never, the feud's not over. Let me take a quote from my father would say, like the view never changes. Yeah. The view never ends and the view never changes, which I believe that's a quote that Dusty Rhodes used to phrase in his time in professional wrestling. This is where the fans start chanting his name. You already know the American Dream himself, which they were chanting Dusty. This is where then he did a tribute paying what's that called, like tribute. What's that? A tribute paying thank you, Father, to him, like saying thank you to him, looking up in the heavens and pointing up to him. It's like that was once for you, Dusty. He was like, he's like, he also thank him for helping him get a career in the industry that he started in, like from half a century ago. And no, that's not no joke. Just saying, like being realistic right here, like because if it hadn't been for Dusty, it wouldn't have been no Dustin or Cody in professional wrestling. But anyway, this is where we got Dustin Rhodes to finish off the like. It's like me and Jack have a match this Wednesday on Dynamite, and I thought I might let you guys know that it's been announced by my boss and my friend Tony Khan, and also and Jack like I got this like I'm going to destroy like your little punk ass, and this is where the fans like yes, like please do, and humble him, and this is where he's like you cannot beat me fair and square, Jack. Like, I put my whole damn career on that, and this Wednesday on Dynamite, like it's all over when you're laying in this battle of heap, like you will never like forget my name, the natural Dustin Rhodes. And this is where fans say it with him. This is where he dropped the mic right in the middle of the ring. This is where he left the ring. And what's your thoughts on this announcement of Dustin Rhodes facing the scapegoat that loved crying rivers? Like who thinks he's gonna win this match? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But next up, we got this next match coming up, which was Arya Daivari taking on Arya Daivari and Tony Nese of the Premier Athletes. Is in action. This is where they face these two enhancement guys, which we did not got a chance to hear their names from the ring announcer, like because they just went in the ring and attacked him. This is where they got to the point. This is where they hit their finishing maneuvers. They got the 1, 2, 3, less than even I'll say 10 seconds, and the winner of this match, the Premier Athletes, most specifically Arya Daivari and Tony Nese, and then, they finally got a win, which I believe it was all thanks to Hook, because if he didn't bring up if they're still losing, well, I'm not sure if they're winning or losing, like a lot or a little. Like I'm not sure anything about those L words, like about a little or a lot, on what they're doing over in the ROH brand. But in AEW, they always be the sacrificial lambs, but they just but this week they slayed and defeated the sacrificial lambs that are like enhancement talent rather than full-time talents that are glorified jobbers. And I'll say if I think they have to thank Hook about this, like because if it hadn't been for him mentioning that they're still losing, they probably wouldn't have had this match that was booked for them tonight on Collision, and they most likely wouldn't have won, let alone winning at all. But yeah. I guess I'll still give them a congratulations, because these guys look very phenomenal, but not the way they're booked right now. They're looking very horrible when it comes to booking. But let me know in the comments below on what your opinions on that. But this is where we got Hooked and Samoa Joe later on. Then try to go to them and try to tell them that they owe them a thank you, because if it wasn't for Hook, they wouldn't have even got this match in the first place, because he mentioned that he mentioned that they have been losing, and they never gotten a single win as of late, but now they got a win, even though it was less than a 10-second match. But Mark Sterling was raising their hand here's your winners, my boys, the Premier Athletes. That's gonna be future AEW tag team champions. I was thinking let's hope so, because these guys are very talented. These guys have that personality. They have that charisma. They just don't have that. They don't have that status though. When it comes to winning, they mostly lose. They lose matches in AEW rather than collecting W's, and let's hope they continue doing that with actual wrestlers that are under a full-time contract with them, but with the Jacksonville-based company. But this is where we got Scorpio Sky, then got into backstage promo segment. And I was like, when the last time we saw this guy? Like, it's been about a year. The earliest, the last time we saw the Kobe Bryant of AEW. This is where then we got Scorpio Sky was like, what he said, it was he's like I got like he was like hello, like, and this is where he started saying this word then he was saying like this word then Scorpio Sky was saying people was like, what do you got, Scorpio? Like I tell you, open hand is not strong as a closed fist. Like now it's the time for this to come together. Like and standing on the backs of those fallen heroes, like we can reach the stars, can we? And this is he gave his smile. And he's like, and I'll be your hero, AEW guys, and I'll be your voice as well. And eventually, like I will indeed be your champion. And then I was thinking to myself, like, what did he exactly mean by this? And this is where he finished off by saying, because I am here for you guys. And I was like, don't tell me he's going after the AEW World Championship. Like, I was afraid this day would come. Like, I thought he was actually going to be the first AEW African-American AEW World Champion until Swerve Strickland got into that in the mix of things. I was like, okay, like, I guess I'll change my mind, and Swerve is going to be the future first ever African-American All Elite Wrestling World Champion. And then again, we could see Scorpio Sky be the second ever African-American champion. But it seems like it won't be anytime soon, though. But maybe we could possibly see. The Kobe Bryant of pro wrestling getting a shot at the AEW World Championship. But I'm not sure if it will be I'm not sure if it will be either at Fyter Fest or an AEW. AEW, what's that called? All In. Maybe it will be on AEW All Out. Like whoever is AEW champion by the time. And do you want to see Scorpio Sky be a champion again? Except this time in the main event division. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. Let's move on to the next slide. We got Timeless Tony Storm taking on Lady Frost, and yeah, these ladies did a very phenomenal job. Like, which I haven't talked about, like which was the match of the night in the second and third and many more, which I guess I'll give. I apologize by that, by the way. I'll give Claudio Castagnoli and Willer Yuta and FTR the third place spot of their tag team match, even though it ended in a draw and they didn't get a rematch. But I'm still hoping and keep my fingers crossed that if we're going to see a rematch to follow things up like in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully they do so. Like, and let me know in the comments below if they will. And also, I'll give second place spot to I'll give the Dustin Rhodes versus Johnny TV because that was very entertaining, especially with the comedic Taya Valkyrie arguing with Dustin Rhodes. Like every time that she tried to distract him and try to interfere and help out her husband Johnny. Which I'll give the second Goofy Wrestling of the Night because Stokely Hathaway's number one because he always is the most funniest wrestling personality in all of professional wrestling when it comes to him being into the candidate of Goofy Wrestling on my review videos for AEW. But yeah, let's get into which I'll give this match I would say the fourth place spot, of the fourth best match of the night, because we all know O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy, even not watching the match, is definitely going to deliver. But which they did, which we're going to get to that in just a moment. But this is where we got Timeless Tony Storm going for a wrist lock on the Lady Frost. Lady Frost tried to go for a cartwheel, flip right over. This is where she arm drags her right into the whilst flying in about 3 feet in the air. This is where she sends her right into the bottom. She was like, do I impress you now with my crystally frosty abilities? This is where the time starts over. Yeah, you impressed me, but only just a little bit, like about 25%. And then this is where we got Thomas Storm but you could do better. And I'm gonna show you how to do. This is where Lady Frost. Oh yeah, I like to see you try. This is where we got Lady Frost trying to go for a wrist lock. This is where they try to go for a belly suplex, but this is where Thomas Storm counter out of it. This is where she tried to go for a wrist lock of her own after she rolled out of the wrist lock at Lady Frost. How was it her? This is where she was twisting her arm to death. This is where we got or bending it more forward, like it is where you start trying to twist it and try to do it so much to the point that you'll have no strength left in her arms and her wraparound devices. I'm not sure why I even say that, but